Hey everyone. Hello, hello, hello. It's so nice to see you. Oh, hi. I'm jumping into gallery view just to see everyone. It's so fun to have a little reunion. Most of it is faces from night shift, which is really nice. Um, I've been missing all of you guys. If you can see the change of scenery, I've just landed in Romania this morning. Um, so yay. Aw. I know crew one knows that this was a big part of night shift for me. So this is really lovely. So okay, let's jump into it. I see that there's people still joining us from the waiting room. Where in Romania am I? I'm from Bucharest, which is the capital city. And it is awesome. And it is 2 a.m. here. So we're having a real global award ceremony right now. Okay, so let's see how many people here are know about night shift. Let me see if I can go back to gallery view while I'm sharing. Hands up if you know about night shift. Okay, lots of hands, lots of my night shift people. So if anyone is new, Night Shift is a mastermind program for people who want to reinvent nightlife. We've had 39, almost 40 members over the past 6 weeks across 16 cities. And everyone who came in working on a project designed to reinvent nightlife. And we just wrapped the project a couple weeks ago and have gotten just the most heartwarming reviews from all of our members. People saying things like, I cried in the first meeting because it was just so wonderful. I'm blown away by the caliber of the program, and it was perfection. And honestly, I think on the other side, as hosts and organizers, myself and the team have been so blown away by how much this little program has meant to us as well. And originally, when we thought about how we were going to announce the winner, because there is $1,000 on the line here. Initially, we thought it was just going to be an email announcement, but then as the weeks progressed, we wanted to make a bigger and bigger deal of it, especially because all of the projects were so phenomenal. It was nearly impossible to pick just a few. But we wanted to give a couple people a chance to share their work with you guys live, so that more people can just peek into this little creative bubble that we built for ourselves over the last 6 weeks and see some of the amazing work that's coming out of it. So that's what you're here to do tonight. And so tonight is the award session where the top projects are going to be competing for the $1,000 prize, or rather it's going to be the announcement of who made it into the top projects and who we selected. And in terms of who the we is, when I say we, let me see if we have some of my listen bar people on this line yet. I see Morgan. And I know Javon is roaming around somewhere. He might be taking a second to join. So Morgan, if you want to say hi and just wave to the fine people. If not, I'll just say that it's a tiny and mighty team of three, myself, Morgan, and Javon, who also, participated in the project, who selected the projects to share with you guys tonight, and the project that's gonna get the $1,000 prize. And that prize, we want to say a nice big thank you. I see Warren on the line. If you want to wave hello.
Hi, everyone.
That's Warren from Lyres and Weston from Diageo and Seedlip. They were the sponsors and part of the sponsor teams who who made it possible for us to host the program and award a nice prize at the end. And they also kind of participated in the program all around. And we've gotten such amazing feedback from what that experience has been like for everyone and for our brand partners as well. So it's been really cool to do something, really integrated where brand partners like are in it, truly. So that's been lovely. And so without further ado, we are ready to hear it from our first presenter, from our first pitcher tonight. So Ambi, tell us about your project.
Wow. First of all, thank you so much to Listen Bar and the entire team for having me here tonight. It's been a really fun journey, and I'm really grateful to be presenting this evening. Secret Dance Addiction is our Listen Bar and Night Shift project. And put it simply, Secret Dance Addiction is where music and mindfulness go to party. We are a dance party experience. We're also a monthly Conscious Cocktail Club party box and an exclusive community online where you can go and connect with other party people just like you from all around the world. It's always fun to start with a great story. We founded Secret Dance Addiction earlier this year, right before COVID hit. And it was the result of literally thousands of conversations we had with party people as my husband and I DJ'd on cruise ships in Hollywood, at clubs, at weddings, you name it, we performed. And everyone had the same request. How can we do this again? How can we party positive? And we realized that there wasn't a place to really go and have a healthy nightlife experience, from the entertainment to the dance floor to the drinks. So Secret Dance Addiction is all about healthy nightlife and partying positive. So in the beginning, we really had to start with why. It's like the heart of the project, right? So where can I go to dance and party without the unnecessary pressure of intoxicants? Sometimes as a professional DJ, I've been in situations because of drugs and alcohol that have really not been so healthy or safe. So I really wanted to take all the awesome pieces of a party, all the excitement, all the good juju, and just leave behind the stuff that like didn't really fit for us. So I love to say party positive because it's that like call to have this incredible experience, but no pressure. So we love to say that it's a mindful solution for any night of the week or the daytime too. So we are reimagining dance parties. We are intentionally leaving out distractions like drugs and alcohol, because honestly, like that is the future of nightlife to me in my heart. And if it's in your heart too, I'm a rebel with the cause. And I think that you are all rebels and we all share the same cause. So it's what Secret Dance Addiction is a way to collaborate across all areas of healthy nightlife. So with that, it's really the movement that's changing how nightlife and sobriety are experienced, both on and off the dance floor. So if you want to have a drink with your family for the holidays, awesome, come on over, check out this amazing video we just created on how to make an incredible holiday pairing conscious cocktail. Or maybe you want to join us for a dance party with House of Yes. We have a couple of those coming up as well. So it's just really evolving and revolving, and I'm really excited to share it with you. So our big project for the night shift was the Conscious Cocktail Club. Because of COVID, all of our parties are currently digital and they're free. So we work with sponsors to create a monthly party box that's shipped directly to your doorstep. It's full of really healthy, fun festival supplies, as well as 2 conscious cocktails, which are alcohol free. And then it also includes a secret invite to our monthly dance parties, and we're launching that December 12th. So I just wanted to share with you an opportunity to come party with us. We have some really fun themes. We have Ancient Aliens on November 28th, Disco House Party, which is like total glitter. We're gonna have some great disco house DJs. And then January 16th, Sweet Dreams. We're gonna start the new year dreaming ourselves into a whole new reality of positivity and empowerment. So if you'd love to join us, I'd love to hear from you. I'm always excited to hear feedback as well. And if you would love to experience the Conscious Cocktail Club, I'd love to send you a box. Just shoot me an email. I want to thank the Night Shift again for having us. And I'll open it up to any questions or feedback. Thank you so much.
Awesome, Ambi. Everyone give Ambi a hand. Yay, first
Yay.
Presenter of the night.
Thanks,
yes.
everyone.
Oh, I see fancy like emoji claps happening. Okay, very nice, very nice. So I have to say, aside from how much we loved this concept, and right now we're getting so many people asking us for cocktail kits. So this is really like a super strong. We love the integration of virtual and physical and analog. But also when we were judging these projects, this is something that, if you're watching from home, you might be curious how we picked them. There were three things that we were looking for in the projects. We were looking for projects that were innovative, that speak to the future of nightlife, that are impactful, that are making a difference for people, and also that are inspiring, where the story really captivates us. And aside from the projects themselves, we were also looking at how each member showed up over the course of Night Shift. We were looking at reviews from the peers. We were all put in little crews together, and one-on-one calls that we had with each other. And I have to say that Ambi was a superstar in terms of being such a resource for the entire Night Shift community. Out of everyone, she had the most one-on-one calls beyond anyone that we had initially paired her with. And it truly spoke to the power of, joining a community and making it your own and really forging connections. So yay, really super, super proud. And Ambi, drop your email and Instagram in the chat for anyone who wants to follow up with you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, and if you guys want to do questions and comments, drop them in the chat because we're trying to roll through the presentations, but just go for it and have little sidebars. If you love the project, show Ambi your love, because we're all building things from scratch here. And so if something that you hear and see here tonight resonates and you want to see that project come true, the reason we're hosting, this little let everyone in is so people can discover new projects that they want to support, collaborate with, follow. And so here we all are. All right. So next up, Mr. Fancy Emoji Clapper himself. Okay, Zach, take it away.
All right. Hi, everyone. So my project is titled The Muslim Tonic, adding the Muslim voice to the alcohol-free menu. So as I feel probably everyone on this call is aware of or probably agrees with, the market for alcohol-free nightlife is expanding rapidly. As people like us on this call are becoming more outspoken and demanding alternatives to the way traditional nightlife is set up, as well as becoming more creative in fulfilling that need and providing this. Yet something that I've observed is that this industry and this trend has largely grown without the input from American Muslims like myself, who for the largest part are a community that does not drink, and so maybe would be a natural market fit for this growing industry. So it's time to bring, I feel, the American Muslim voice into this conversation. So the Muslim Tonic is a monthly alcohol-free party bringing nightlife to Muslims who also want to shape its future. So how it works is that we at the Muslim Tonic would build up this core base and community of Muslims who are seeking alcohol-free nightlife. And we would then partner with alcohol-free venues or bartenders that are existing already and throw a ticketed party open to all who want to chill in an alcohol-free lounge space, dance to an attendee-inspired playlist, and build a community of Muslims and allies who love nightlife. So to go a little bit deeper into that, the Muslim Tonic is really centered around and focused on Muslims who love nightlife but don't love drinking. So that means Muslims who are looking to expand their nightlife crew, who are looking to go out but seek to avoid kind of the traditional pressures and focus on excessive drinking or alcohol or crowded dancing that exists and is emphasized in traditional nightlife spaces, as well as those who are seeking kind of a third space away from their existing current spaces that they go for community connection and social involvement. It's centered and focused on people who want to build who want to enter intimate spaces of 50 people or less to really spend the night getting to know each other. And in the current situation, we'll begin with our core community online. And then when health and safety allows, we'll hopefully be able to start off physically in New York City and then expanding elsewhere where interest is strong. So a little bit about me, my origin. Everyone knows me kind of as the Muslim who loves to go out but doesn't drink at all. And while I feel comfortable engaging in traditional nightlife spaces in that way, I know that there are so many people close to me who also wish they could go out more as often as I do, but just don't feel as comfortable being in those kinds of spaces. So for me, coming into night shift, I knew I wanted to find a way to help include more Muslims into the alcohol-free nightlife conversation. And so throughout the program and with the help of my crew, I was able to learn a little bit more about community research and built a survey that I sent out to Muslims from all across the spectrum, ranging from those who also love to go out like me to those who never do, and trying to kind of gauge what's driving our decisions as to whether we go out or we don't, or whether we drink or we don't. And overwhelmingly, I found that we as Muslims are searching for alcohol-free spaces that aren't necessarily Muslim exclusive, but that have a base requirement of allowing us to really connect with each other in this nightlife setting. So the next step for me here is taking the most willing and inspired participants from my survey and building that first core group and community of Muslims and allies who are interested in being part of the team to plan the first Muslim Tonic. So a little bit about the inspiration for this project. As American Muslims, like any heavily immigrant community, we're constantly charting our own course. We're marrying our faith and our values with the aspects of American culture that we enjoy to create entirely new experiences. It's kind of the story of the immigrant experience. But until now, traditional nightlife, I feel, has kind of been a space that we haven't really approached or we've kind of avoided. No worries.
Lorelai, you're muted.
Yeah, okay. Are we good? All right, I'll keep going. So in terms of the impact, I'll give you a little peek into what I learned when I sent out my survey during the night shift program. So among all the Muslims that responded to my night shift survey, 85% said they do enjoy nightlife or would identify themselves as someone who likes to go out. But of those 85%, 70% said that they were discouraged from going out as much as they'd like to because of the current focus on alcohol and excessive drinking. So to me, this represents a large group of people who are eager to party that traditional nightlife just doesn't welcome, as well as a huge market opportunity for alcohol-free nightlife. And so to take this impact and really turn it into, or this potential impact and really turn it into reality, what we would do if we won the $1,000 is after assembling our core team to plan the first Muslim Tonic, we would use the money to create, our professional marketing materials and secure our DJs and our event space as our first partners for the first edition of nightlife, or of Muslim Tonic, because it's time to bring the Muslim voice to alcohol-free nightlife. Thank you.
Yes, Zach. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We love this project so, so much, and it really stood out as one that is both, like with Listen Bar, something that we loved is identifying communities that have been overlooked. And when we launched Listen Bar, it still very much felt like the alcohol-free community overall had been overlooked. And so it's really, really neat to now see people claiming specific corners of that and doing it in such a progressive way. So love this project so much. Everyone, one more time, hand up for Zach. That was awesome. And thank you for bearing with a little bit of exciting technical difficulties as we thought that one of our presenters wasn't going to be able to join tonight, and just got exciting news that Danny is here with us after all, despite having some schedule conflicts. Is Danny still here? Wait, I saw you earlier. We lost Danny. Oh no. Okay. Well, if Danny makes it back, then we'll give her the stage. Okay, so thank you so much, Zach. That was perfect. Muslim Tonic. And now on to activation residency. Cameron, thanks for the heads up earlier. Take it away.
I love that you can recognize my voice. Good evening, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. I feel like I am among some of the most amazing projects that came out of nightlife. So I feel really, really excited to be here. And even though the winner is predetermined, I feel like a winner just showing you my work because I've worked on it so hard, and I'm so happy to share it with you. So my name is Camera. I am the founder of Activation Residency and Activation Co-op Fund. I founded Activation Residency in 2018 in response to the lack of creative and healing opportunities available to Black and Brown, trans and queer artists, activists, and community members. I founded Activation Co-op Fund this year in response to the lack of financial access granted to Black and Brown, queer and trans artists and activists in the wake of COVID-19. Activation Residency is a Black trans-led immersive healing justice residency aiming to generate safer and more collaborative space, adapt to its residents' needs, and create portals to the futures needed now. Activation Co-op Fund is an experimental reparations-based funding and investment program that accumulates funds through member contributions and redistributes funds to members in Activation Residency using a cooperative decision-making process. So the story goes, I moved to New York in 2016 and desperately needed access to equitable, creative healing space that centered Black trans people. I then asked 20 of my artist friends to participate in a small residency experiment fall of 2018. Since the space didn't exist, I decided to make it myself. My friends agreed, spent 3 magical days at the Outlier Inn, and then spent the rest of the year pursuing creative endeavors and activating their dreams and desires. The residency went so well in 2018 that I decided to take another stab at it in 2019 and invited 60 artists to the Outlier Inn for a healing justice seminar. In response to the lack of opportunities to artists and activists who look like me, in 2018, I launched Activation Co-op Fund, Respite as Resistance, which is a residency experience for frontliners who have been fighting for Black liberation since the murder of George Floyd. Dome Gallery, which is an online gallery curated by artists for artists, the Activation Residency Shop, and Farming for Charity. So how does it work, you ask? Well, white, well-resourced patrons purchase products from Activation Residency Shop. Our most popular product right now is Consent and Boundaries for the Revolution, which is an online course for white folks. This course teaches white folks how to receive feedback from marginalized voices, as well as deactivate their white fragility. We then use the revenue we make from these products and other investments to host and curate residency experiences for Black and Brown, trans and queer artists. The pictures you see here in my presentation are from our Respite as Resistance program that we successfully launched and ran this September and October. So Activation Residency has built an amazing name for itself. It's very beloved in the community. This year in the cut, Willie Norris said, "I love Activation Residency and everything they do." Earlier this year, right when COVID hit, Supermaker said, "Activation Residency has come to represent a future in which mutual aid efforts centered accessible care and creative expansion through community solidarity." So why Activation Residency? Because there's no space like it. Activation Residency does many things and has a reparations culture. It is Black trans owned, and we believe in care before impact, which means that we care for our internal members, our staff, as much as we care for the people that we serve. Activation Residency is caretakers caring for caretakers. Activation Residency has had a massive impact since launch in 2018. The residency has served 130 artists and community members. We have reached over 11,000 followers on Instagram. And one of my favorite parts about Activation Residency is that it serves an intersectional audience and is sturdy in its DIY approach to care. This is one of our residents enjoying the sauna at the residency this past September. So in terms of nightlife, one of the things I realized about Activation Residency that I love so much is that residents decide what care looks like for them 24/7. Activation Residency is an overnight residency, and thus a nightlife experience is possible. Nightlife service at Activation Residency has emerged as late night sauna and bath treatments, s'mores, tea and coffee, and jam sessions in the geodesic dome. Can you imagine a nightlife experience that is centered around your care and pleasure? I want to end my presentation by sharing a testimonial from one of our visiting artists this past season. Lila says, "From the bottom of my heart, I will always remember my time at Activation Residency. I am full of gratitude for the subtle yet profound and healing transformations I was blessed with through this experience. I have to say, I was not expecting just how transformative it truly was. A synchronous manifestation, my being was not fully prepared to receive the sheer volume of wisdom, insight, power, beauty, and pure love that this program embodies." Thank you all so much for listening to my presentation. It has been so fun to experiment with what this project can mean through night shift. I feel like this program really gave me a lens to think about Activation Residency and the type of nightlife experience we can move forward and how we can center care in everything we do. Thank you so much. And Lorelei, thank you so much. I just have gratitude.
Oh my God, everyone, come on. Yes, show the love. Camera. That was such a spot on presentation. And it makes me so happy to have Activation represented here. Activation has also been one of the community partners of Night Shift, where we'll be donating 10% of the proceeds of the program to speakers selected, to organizations selected by all of our speakers. And as one of the speakers, Activation was the organization that I selected to support. And what I love about this presentation is that it speaks to really thinking about nightlife in such new ways, you know, like thinking about nightlife embedded into a larger experience, like not having it be something that is, you know, just fragmented and off on its own, and be part of a larger vision of society. So I hope that this presentation moved you as much as activation has moved us throughout this whole project. And it's just so cool to see it flourish and grow over the past few weeks. Thank you so much, Cameron.
Thank you, Lorelai.
Yay. All right. And now it is time for the super crew of Night Shift. So let me, yeah, you guys can unmute yourselves. So the story of this is that we put together a crew so strong, so perfectly matched up, that they joined forces into a project all of their own. So you'll be hearing from a couple different members who met at Night Shift and created something brand new. Take it away, guys.
Hello, everybody. How's it going? So yeah, as Lorelai said, we met at Night Shift. My name is Young, and in Night Shift, I fell in love with this group. It was pretty amazing group of humans. So and you see them all in the pictures, and so together we have created our elixir. And there is Lizzie, if you see her in the screen, and there's Natalia, and there's Olivia. And so we were grouped as a crew 2 for Night Shift, and we connected with the same mission. And it was almost magical to realize that our projects work together and the impact we could create for nightlife. So we decided to join forces. And I apologize for the loud sound. I do have people right here at my bar, so apologize for that. But yeah, we found a challenge in the live night scene, and we made it our own. For years, we know that nightlife has been a synonym of booze and tipsy nights, and not many people are aware of the alternative available. In the other hand, we have some alcohol alternative brands that they don't have the same exposure of alcoholic brands do. So we're here to change that. We came up with a digital solution, created an integrated partnership among bars, bartenders, alcohol-free brands, and those seeking an alternative to the current nightlife scene. We're connecting brands, distributors, bars and restaurants, consumers, and even event hosts. We all know also that the most utilized tools these days are our cell phones. So we're bringing our platform right to your hands. We're building an app where anyone can find alternative options to the current nightlife. So places serving alternative options, stores that carry them, events and meetups, brands and the products that they offer, as well as distributors in specific areas. So bartenders, bars, restaurants, everybody can link up and obtain their products. This app also creates an avenue for bars and restaurants to promote and bring a wider market that right now they're not utilizing. So the team, as we talked about it a little earlier, it starts with me, myself, Young. I live in Jacksonville, Florida, and I own a non-alcoholic bar. We're a brick and mortar bar. We're open 6 days a week. And I was pretty tired of assholes out in regular bars, the way that they treat each other and the vibe that they brought. So I said, hey, I'm gonna start my own thing. And Wildcrafter will be the first bar featured in our platform.
And hi, I'm Nathaniel, and I'm a web and software developer. I've worked with many startups and digital marketing projects that are similar to what our Elixir is going to become.
Hi, I'm Olivia. I'm a product designer for the past 4 years. I'm originally from Canada, but recently moved to New York. I've been working in a tech space as well. And in the last 2 years, I've been working on mobile apps.
Hey everyone, I'm Lissy, and I work for a platform advisory here in New York City. And my yoga practice inspired me to be alcohol-free since 2016. So I'm going to tell you who this platform and this app is for, our audience. So this platform is for anyone interested in creative drinking or healthier options, or, you know, drinking without alcohol. It could be any reason. You might be pregnant, you might grew up Muslim like me and Zach, and, you know, we don't drink alcohol. You might decide to take a break from alcohol. Maybe you had a really rough night and, you know, you just want to keep that promise to yourself. This app can help you. It's for creative bartenders who want to be more experimental with their cocktails without the booze. And it's for nightlife hotspots everywhere, bars, restaurants, maybe coffee shops at night. Anyone can be included. This is an inclusive community that this platform is creating and promoting. So anyone building a booze-free brand is more than welcome to join our platform. Our impact is huge. We intend to prove the demand for options other than alcoholic-centered nightlife. We're creating a resource for anyone who wants to participate. And we're helping businesses unlock a market that has never been served before. We're establishing a logistical ecosystem that spans from distributor all the way to the drinker and the event host. And there's lots of you here. So what are our next steps? Because literally this project didn't exist 6 weeks ago. Already we're working on strengthening our relationships with people like you. So if you're a bar owner or you're a restaurant owner, a bartender, an alcohol-free brand, a distributor, or someone who wants to go out differently, you know, with or without alcohol. We want to talk to you. We're in the middle of building our initial MVP. We're forming our business. And when COVID's all over, we'll be having our kickoff party at Wildcrafters Booze Free Bar in Jacksonville, debuting the app. Woo! So if you want to be featured or user test our elixir, DM us on Instagram. We're live now at OURLIXIR. And I'm going to hand it over to Nathaniel for our final thank yous.
Yeah, just wanted to give one more big thanks to everyone that's been involved with Night Shift. It's really exceeded all of our expectations. We're so grateful with who we were teamed up with, who we've met, and really we're looking forward to continuing to strengthen all the connections and relationships that we've made. So thanks again to everyone.
Everyone, give them a hand. Hell yes. Thank you for being such phenomenal participants. It's so wild that this project didn't exist 6 weeks ago and you guys went above and beyond. You were talking about like having like weekly meetings outside of the ones like part of Night Shift and like homework assignments for each member, and it really shows. And I love to see all of the excitement in the chat, everyone feeling so represented. And it's funny because, you know, Night Shift hasn't only been about alcohol-free projects. You see with activation that it's, you know, really anything that's reinventing nightlife, but it's so cool that our elixir focuses on that and, you know, also is nightlife, but in the format of an app, right? So there's so many ways to reinvent nightlife and we can't wait for this one to be live. Okay. Oh, and amazing press cover, not Carrie Bradshaw's Cosmo. Our elixir infuses NYC nightlife with alternative cocktails. That was part of the assignments for all the participants. They had to make their own dream press. So thanks for including that one. All right, next up, Drew, a fellow alcohol-free business pioneer. Take it away.
All right, so we can start with the next slide. So welcome to Gem Bar, a wellness and temperance bar where you will experience well-being and soulful bliss above anything else. We can jump to the next slide. Sorry, I'm used to navigating. So my name is And I'm super thankful for all of you to take the time to listen and to be an experiment with Night Shift. This is just a little bit of the vibes that you will get when you come to Gem Bar, launching in January. So why? So, you know, I was doing some research in the Southern New Jersey area and found out 43% of adults don't drink. And I was like, wow, that's crazy, because I just thought everybody drank, because I always drank. So it is essential for South Jersey and the greater Philadelphia area to have an environment that promotes self-care, promotes well-being before anything else, but also has a fun, relaxed space for people without alcohol. So, you know, there's always a solution to a problem. So the solution that I am solving is I am creating an inclusive space for individuals to partake in day or nightlife to experience that supports an alcohol-free environment. At Gem Bar, we will provide a well-being experience above anything else, and we will have a place for our communities to gather and indulge while it's abstaining in an atmosphere, an abstaining atmosphere. Our goal is to leave individuals feeling happy, healthy, and centered through our elevated experience. I just wanted to really quick touch on this slide, but you know, Gem Bar is a wellness and temperance bar, but it also is a place for people to host private parties and events. Our plan is to already partner with local small businesses to host workshops for healing, workshops for mental health, workshops for children who are experiencing things during the day. That might, during COVID, that they may be going through some issues, as well as it provides wellness and self-care products during specific hours and specific times. Just a little story about me, and if you're wondering why I'm uniquely qualified to actually do this, after experiencing a life-threatening complication with my autoimmune disease, you can see to the left, I'm in pretty rough shape. Damn near dead, to be honest. And I'm a mother of 4 and I'm married. And I was like, listen, if I lose my life, these children do not have a mother. Like, that is something that hits you really hard if you're a parent. And just going through that, and then doctors telling me that you will no longer be able to have alcohol ever again if you want to live a long, healthy life. I was like, no big deal, I can give up alcohol. Well, I didn't realize how much alcohol was a crutch and was a struggle to give it up when there was no place for me to go have fun at a bar. Was, you know, I couldn't go to the club with my husband and have a drink. I couldn't do happy hour because there's nowhere around here that's catered to individuals like me. So I am the customer. I know this is going to work. And I want to bring an environment that makes people feel happy and healthy and have fun without alcohol. And I just want to share, like, that's my husband. He's been super supportive. He gave up alcohol on this journey with me, and he is helping me launch Gem Bar. So I'm wondering, you're probably wondering who the target market is. So the target market is men and women in the tri-state area in South New Jersey, Philadelphia, and Delaware. You know, our Gem Bar is catered to people who value health and wellness, who value an alcohol-free lifestyle. They may be sober curious. They may be in the dating scene looking for a conscious connection and mindful interaction. They may be that creative individual that really wants to go out and have a really indulgent experience. They may be a chronic pain or autoimmune sufferer. They may be mental health advocate. So that it's for everybody. It's inclusive. It has no age. It has no age limit. They, any sex, any race can attend this place and feel loved and happy and centered. So real quick, just like I said, my story, but what has changed with Night Shift is it helped me streamline an idea. I do have a few other projects I'm working on. So this really helped me stay focused and have the courage to really go for my dreams. And just listening to every single person throughout the Night Shift experience share that, where they are in their space and how they're healing in their journey, or where they are with alcohol. And if they, they're mindful drinking or gave up alcohol, it just encouraged me to go forward and sign a lease on my first space. And so my current vision and my current project is really bringing that space to life. You can skip this one, sorry. So why is this inspiring? No matter what trauma, we have all experienced trauma and we are all trying to heal. And the saying, hurt people, well, healed people, and I am healing. Like, I'm healing from a lot of things. Like, I have suffered for, autoimmune illnesses, mental struggles, amongst other things. And I realized that you know, my story of survival could save somebody's life. Like, I want to share my wisdom, my experience, my courage, and I want to help heal my community and promote an alcohol-free environment while having authentic fun, while going out with my girlfriends, while listening to music, and just bring that wellness and well-being to a part of the nightlife. And you know why this is going to be impactful, and I, like Zach, I did a few surveys on social media, and you know this is impactful because people like Colleen. Colleen has been 2 years sober, and the main thing she misses is going out, listening to music, dancing, socializing. She's tried to go to regular bars, but cannot stay very long because she's uncomfortable, and it tests her sobriety. So it's going to mean something to Colleen. It's going to mean something to that retired party girl. It's going to mean something to that mom who doesn't fit in the mom wine club. It's going to mean something to the husband who can't go out anymore because he's newly sober but wants to have fun with his wife and friends. It is going to mean something. And, you know, just similar to other booze-free bars and pop-up bars that are amazing and that I adore, Gem Bar is unique because its core focus is to bridge the gap between wellness and nightlife and create an informative experience that will allow guests to indulge and experience soulful bliss with really good products and, you know, removing all the toxicity from it. So I am asking that you choose me to be the $1,000 winner because my project has been fully funded by bootstrapping and utilizing my personal savings. And like I said, recently signing the lease for our future Gem Bar space. We have so much renovating to do. We just started. So the entire $1,000 will be invested in creating this healing, happy, and centered space. And you know, not all traditions that involve alcohol can be bad. So I ask if you have a glass, whatever your sober sips, you know, in my family, glasses are raised to recognize special occasions, achievements, and give thanks to health and happiness. So let's all raise our glasses and cheers to finding authentic joy. Cheers to choosing to put your health first. Cheers to navigating tough times without alcohol as your crutch. Cheers to having more fun without alcohol. Cheers to being freaking hangover free, y'all. Do you know how amazing it is to not wake up and feel like, what the fuck did I do last night? Excuse my language. Cheers to always doing what's best for you. Cheers to every single body who is a part of this nightlife or this night shifts to actually be a game changer when it comes to nightlife and inclusivity. And just cheers to everybody on their personal journey. So thank you so much.
Cheers. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Cheers to Drew, everyone. Give it up. Hell yeah. Obviously, we'd love to see a fellow booze-free bar. And the fact that Drew went and actually signed the lease while doing night shift was one of the things that just took it, you know, took it to the next level. And we're so proud and thrilled for you. So yay, yay, Drew. Thank you. And next up, Denise Shante, tell us about your libations.
Yes, we can start with the question. So what if Black, Indigenous people of color who are both booze-free and building liberating futures could experience a nightlife that actually celebrated our healing? This question has been in my body for a while when I decided to transition into sobriety a year ago because of my type 1 diabetes. I fell in love with booze-free cocktails and deepened my work within the healing and justice spaces. You can go to the next slide. And as a designer of experiences, like someone who could see the possibilities of there being a new nightlife experience for other Black, Indigenous people of color who love both a night out in healing justice spaces as much as I do. And right now, next slide, nightlife vibes are not celebrating or nourishing us as we're creating transformation in the world. And while healing and liberation is what we do, many of us are still missing those pleasurable, joyful elements that we love about nightlife, including amazing, amazing cocktails. So enter liberatory libations, community crafted cocktail rituals that are for Black, Indigenous people of color. These are community crafted cocktail rituals designed to conjure uninhibited joy and booze-free vibrations among Black, Indigenous people of color. Community crafted is a term that I coined It's healing, it's centered, it's creative, and it's always reflecting the people in our experiences. And so these are really vibrant and healing gatherings that intentionally reflect back our desires for conscious connection with ourselves, our community, and also our cocktails. The vibe of liberatory libations is warm and also radically radiant like we are. It's this unique alchemy of apothecary energy, ritual, and divine cocktails that we design to liberate our spirits. There are really three things that go into a liberatory libations experience. And the first one is that people, Black, Indigenous people of color explicitly are invited to share their dreams for liberation. And me and my design team, we listen to those dreams for our futures, the things that we've been longing for, the things that we actually need in our lives. And those things help craft the cocktail ritual in the gathering experience. We bring together our magic and our collective wisdom, and we create that experience, and we offer it back into the community where we can reveal the cocktail ritual, and we're joyfully celebrating each other's healing through storytelling, music, and care offerings. There are three things when it comes to community crafted cocktail rituals. These are quarterly, they're traveling, ticketed, and offered around the world, hopefully. These are intimate gatherings. And one thing that's really important for me is for this to support disability and recovery justice organizations and also healing spaces and the people who are doing this work. Who is this for? This is really for the sober, curious Black, Indigenous people of color. We are folks who want to liberate our spirits and make healing an embodied celebration. We care about social transformation, justice, liberation, also community care and pleasure. We desire more joy in our healing, but also more healing in our nightlife. And while I'm rooted in Baltimore, spaces where my networks currently exist are DC, Philly, New York, Oakland, Atlanta, and Detroit. Yeah, I will rewrite anything you want me to rewrite, I will do it. So I am a sober, disabled Black woman who wears glitter around her eyes and leopard print in my house during quarantine. I've been rooted in the healing and liberation spaces for like 10 years now. I've been making booze-free cocktails during our time here, sheltering in place and sharing them with my friends on IG Live and other videos and conversations, and also really into ritual design. People know me for creating experiences that are both meaningful and magical. And I've been excited about this process of building a team of designers, artists, herbalists, mixologists, and other healing practitioners who are going to make this possible. One thing that's really inspiring that I love is that this has been positioned as an offering. And I thank my crew for giving me the space to really talk out this idea and this seed of possibility, because this is an opportunity for people like me, other Black, Indigenous people of color who are dedicating each of our days to transforming the world to finally receive something for ourselves, a nightlife experience that's nurturing, that's celebratory, and that reflects and recognizes our journey as well. Black lives absolutely matter. The lives of Black, Indigenous, and people of color matter. But my thing is that they don't just matter. We actually make the world a more beautiful and liberating place. This is and will be a revolutionary offering back to ourselves. It's honoring the spectrum of sobriety. It's joyfully healing. And it's an offering that we've been longing for with the freedom that we can call and claim as our birthright. So this is a brand new, creative, community-driven way. I mean, how many experiences have we seen that actually ask us what we want and what we long for and actually infuse that into the cocktail and into the nightlife experience? And this is speaking to our dreams for liberation, and it's keeping us in touch with our bodies. And I think right now, what I've seen especially is how important, especially in that conversation around justice that we had in our presentations in that last night, of showing us that the future of nightlife now and post-pandemic is actually going to call us to reclaim our joy, especially as Black, Indigenous people of color. And we need spaces that center pleasure, peace, and care. This is my message. This is my dream message. I want booze-free Black, Indigenous people of color who want to make healing a celebration to know that their new cocktail ritual has officially arrived. This is a cocktail ritual that is crafted by the community that our bodies and our spirits will not forget. So it's high time, y'all. It's high time for us to center experiences where sober curiosity, ritual, and nightlife actually nourish the spirits of Black, Indigenous people of color. I truly believe that when we do this, this is a place where the future of nightlife can be joyfully healing and our libations can be liberating. Thank you.
Amazing. Woo! Wow. Wow. We were all like listening on the edge of our seat. This is just such a beautiful project that I can tell has captivated everyone in the audience as much as it captivated all of us. And I'm gonna quickly, before, I think Danny is still here. Do we have Danny? Yes, we have Danny back. All right, so I'm gonna just quickly switch out to an updated slide deck. Because we're so excited that Danny was able to join despite an earlier conflict. So you guys get to hear about Danny's amazing project before we announce the winner. Danny, take it away.
All right, thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. We are really roughing it today because I'm at work. And actually for most of the night shift program, I've been working, so double dipping, but we are here and we're gonna rock and roll, okay? So if we can switch to the next slide. Thank you. So my idea is called Bar 86. It's a dry lounge room. This idea started with selfish intentions. I love lounges. I think lounges give off a very sexy, fancy, moody, beautiful vibe. And when I decided to go sober, right now I am 6 months sober. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to find any lounging experiences that did not include alcohol. And so I decided that that was going to be the project that I would work on. So if you can go to the next slide, please. Thank you. If you can, oh, yeah, thanks. So this is my mood board. So giving you more of a visual representation of what I had envisioned Bar 86 to look like. Definitely like a jazz dive vibe. If you can go to the next slide. I included this poem in my deck just to provide inspiration. I'm not gonna read the poem, but it just talks a lot about quietness and celebrating the softness of life. And that's really what I wanted to do with this space. And if we go to the next slide, I will explain why. So I was really influenced by the slow living movement. And for those of y'all who don't know what that is, it's basically a movement advocating for a slower and simpler way of living, especially in these hectic times with the election that just happened, with Corona, which is 2020 in general. It has just been a very overwhelming, overstimulating experience. And I wanted to create a space that escaped from that, that escaped from grind culture, from influencer culture. We've all been kind of forced to be a part of social media lately because of Corona, but just kind of taking a step away from that and tuning out and really tuning into our bodies and our desires. I really wanted to find a place like that and create it. So my space is specifically for those who are introverts, those who want to find a cozy corner, a quiet space, those who deal with anxiety or depression or mood and sensory disorders. I am a mental health clinician, so I do look at things a lot from a mental health lens, and I don't think there are enough spaces in night entertainment that cater to that population. So we can go to the next the next slide, sorry. So what would Bar 86 include? Live jazz music, an ASMR streaming experience for those unable to make it to the space in person. They'll have a chance to make it from home. There can be any reason. I wanted to create this space for those who maybe have severe social anxiety and they're working their way up to entering a social space, or maybe a mom or parents who are not able to make it out because of their family obligations or whatever the reason may be. And then for the social part of the project, I created a matchmaking and dining service. So collaborating with local restaurants and food vendors, attendees could share a meal with each other. So yeah. And we can go to the next slide, yes. We're gonna skip that because we are short on time, but for who this is, thank you. This is for folks who are abstaining alcohol, sensitive soul, aesthetic wallflowers, introverts, highly sensitive people, folks on the autism spectrum, or peeps challenging their social skills, jazz enthusiasts, and folks are part of the slow living community. So it's specific, but it's a very general population, or can be a very general population. And then okay, next slide, this slide. This is me. I'm Danny Safi. I'm a mental health clinician and a lived experience expert. I am a daughter of a jazz musician. I used to perform burlesque in my secret life. I don't do it anymore, but yeah. And I used to run a community dialogue space in Austin, Texas called Hey Sis. Okay, and this will be the final slide, I will say. So again, explaining my story, I've been sober at this time when I was writing this, I was sober for 5 months, and I was struggling to find like a fancy nightlife, nightlife that made me feel glamour and sensuality. And so that's what, the idea of Bar 86 came from. When I first started Bar 86, I thought of doing a mobile bar for outdoor events, but honestly, I think the first presentation we had on self-love, I was really affected by that, and just kind of like checking in with myself and analyzing my capacity. I wanted to do something that really catered to caring for myself more than like encouraging the grind. So that's when I changed my idea and went for what Bar 86 now is. So yeah, I think I'll stop there. Thank you so much again for giving me the opportunity. As far as like final words, I really want the prize to go to a creator who really needs it and wants to make a change in our community. So thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Love up on Danny. Danny, wait, how do we say it? Danny, love up on Danny. Yes. Oh, such a beautiful presentation. Thank you for those beautiful last words. And, we at Listen Bar, we're so big in like the rowdy version of nightlife, and it really connected to hear someone standing up for, the slow living, ASMR, gentle nightlife. And there is absolutely a place for that. And what you just shared about that self-love, oh, thank you. That was beautiful. So with that, you guys have just heard our top 7 projects, and we are ready to reveal our winner. Okay, so I'm gonna skip through real quick just to get to the right slide. Bear with me 1 second. And yeah, everyone introduce yourselves in the chat, make connections, say nice things to each other. Yes, I've been loving all of the support that I see from you guys in the chat. So I hope you've all been as inspired by these projects as we have. And honestly, I mean, this is just a taste. Every single project that's been part of Night Shift has inspired us and captivated us, and been so, so beautiful. So there's no project that doesn't, deserve love. We fully stan every single member who's been a part of this. So now, though, it is time, doing an actual drum roll, to reveal the winner of the $1,000. It is Denise Shantae with Liberatory Libation. Congratulations.
Oh
Speech.
Oh my gosh, I cannot tell y'all the last 2 weeks that I've had around disability justice stuff and trying to advocate for myself as a Black person and woman, and I'm gonna cry. Oh my God. Yeah, it's, I didn't know how important a Night Shift was gonna be. And like, I think my crew and all of y'all who have been like really showing up and being allies for Black, Indigenous people of color in this space. And I know that there's going to be so many opportunities for all of us to collaborate. And I'm sorry I had to come in late and I didn't hear the earlier presentations. I've been teaching all day and trying to take care of my body. But this was like a seed of so many things, and it just came and created its own life, like in our crew sessions and the time that we had together. And I didn't know that I was going to fall in love with this idea and this venture, or fall in love with all of you in our time and our weeks. And so, and Lorelei, thank you so much. You were amazing in our process together, and I've admired and really looked up to Listen Bar since I found out about you all a couple of years ago. And so I just thank you, Colty, Zach, and our crew who were a part of these conversations, and just like truly listening and offering genuine feedback and support with no competition, and just like absolute love. And so I thank y'all so much. Thank you.
We love you. Everyone, love up on Denise Shantae, our winner. And yeah, I know that Liberatory Libations needs to exist, and you are the person to bring it to life perfectly. So the world is brighter with you and this project in it. And collectively as a team, we were so moved by it, and can't wait to help bring it to life. So congratulations on the grand prize, and congratulations to every finalist and shortlisted project, because you also all get a prize that was actually inspired by Danny and her wishes for what she would do with the prize money. One of the things on her list was getting this brilliant book by Julia Bainbridge, which is all alcohol-free. Hold on, let me give it a proper show off. All alcohol-free recipes. She's traveled all over the country, worked with some of the best bartenders. Yes, there is a Listen Bar cocktail in there. What do you know it? Just happened to go straight to that page. So all of you guys got one of these beautiful books. And I know that after you've seen these projects, you just want to know what everyone else was doing. And trust me, everyone else was doing rad, amazing things too. So we are going to be releasing our private member page to the public tomorrow, and some people are including links to their projects, and you'll get to learn a little bit more about the super incredible people who've been part of Night Shift all along, and discover some of their projects as well. So you'll see these projects that we heard from tonight highlighted. I think we're also going to post this video for anyone who didn't make it from the beginning and wants to hear the pitches that maybe they missed. So you'll get to see that. And congrats. Hey, of the people who pitched tonight, how many of you guys were pitching something for the first time? Just drop it in the chat or raise your hand. I'm seeing some hands. Yeah. First time pitching is such a beautiful milestone. Congratulations. It is an absolute honor to create the space for that tonight for all of you. So thank you for everyone who's been part of our night shift journey. Thank you for those of you who joined it tonight, and who knows where you'll join it again. We will be doing night shift again in the future. So we're just recollecting to make it even bigger and better and better for the next edition. So stay tuned, you'll hear about it. If you're signed up for our emails, you'll know when it's live again, probably early 2021. And that's it, guys. Mwah. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Congratulations to all of the members of Night Shift, all of the finalists tonight. Congratulations, Denise, Shantae, and thank you, everyone. I'm gonna unmute. Hold on, I always get excited at the end, and I'm just like, let's unmute and be loud. And then I'm like, I don't know how to do that. Where is the button? So okay. I don't know how to do that. Where is the button? We're just gonna get loose and dance. And thank you. I love you. Happy night shift.
Love you, everyone. I just unmuted myself. I'm a rebel.
Thank you, everyone.
Yes, unmute.
Thank you.
Congratulations, everyone, and congrats, Denise, Shantae.
Congrats, Denise.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Don't leave me.
Laura.
See
We're
you on
starting the
Facebook.
Facebook group.
I don't like Facebook, but I'll be there.
Oh, right. I forgot to tell you, there's a Facebook group. So I'll see you guys there. Okay.
Where is it?
On Facebook.
For Night Shift members. Secret. You can't sit with us, but soon. Okay.
Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much, Lorelai.